Hi there. Welcome to the Daily Show with Josh and Rooney. So we got a great show for you tonight. First off, we have the start of the National Baseball League, and we brought one of the players out tonight. I'd like to welcome Doug Bulow to the show. Doug Bulow, come on out here. How you doing, Doug?
Good to see you, Mr. Rooney.
So, start of the National Baseball League. What's this about? Why is it starting up now?
The new league recently started up because the amateur league wasn't successful.
By not successful, do you mean it just wasn't bringing enough revenue? There wasn't enough space for the teams? What's going on here?
Basically, most major cities had one team, maybe two. It's too congested for the league.
So then, with one or two cities all cities with one or two teams each, would you say that it was just not bringing enough revenue then? So they needed a bigger league to bring in some more revenue then?
I'd say so.
So, what's the atmosphere like at one of these baseball games?
A lot of people are intoxicated.
A lot of people intoxicated. So, let's just say I don't know here. How do you play the sport of baseball, Doug?
Well, you have different teams, two teams. One's on the field, 9 players. There's a pitcher, catcher, first baseman, second baseman, shortstop, third base, left field, center field, right field. And the object is to score runs.
How would you score a run then?
By hitting the ball.
Seems very simple, wouldn't it? Alright, we're going to cut to these messages. We'll be right back with more for you.
Automatic freshness, softness, and static control has never been easier with the Bounce dryer bar. I just stick it to the inside of my dryer, and I never have to remember.
Oh, Spice Body Spray makes you smell like power! It's so powerful it sells itself in other people's commercials. You smell like outdoor freshness.
You smell like power.
Yeah, I do. Power!
Welcome back to the Daily Show. In other news, we have the population exceeding 50 million people in the United States. Here now, we're going to go to our population expert, Javier Soto. And now here's a few words from Javier.
It's big as hell!
Thank you for those insightful words, Javier. Now on our next story, the Chinese Exclusion Act. Why are we kicking Chinese people out in America? I mean, yeah, I realize we have a lot of immigrants coming in now, but what do we do with this? Seriously? They're building our railroads and leaving? I mean, shouldn't we increase our scores in our schools so we look better to other nations? I mean, come on now, it's just common sense. And now we're going to go to our field reporter, Doug Bulow, for more on this. Doug?
I don't like how you kick us out, you mean Americans. We build your railroads, and you kick us out of California. Like... It's just not nice. I thought you guys were nice Americans. You confuse my smart brain. I don't know. Now back to you, Joshua Rooney.
Thank you, Doug, for those insightful words. On our next top story, General Electric Company started today, 1892. Pretty big thing. I mean, I've heard from future sources that it's going to be a pretty big company. Let's have one of their founding CEOs, Mr. Do Bulow, if I'm reading this correct. Do Bulow, come out and talk a little bit about it. Do, come on out here. How are you today, Do?
Top of the morning.
So, Do, with the creation of the General Electric Company, how's things going to work with this?
We plan to give everyone electricity.
I'd hope so. I'd hope so.
That's the first start.
So, electricity-wise, I mean, with prices, a little bit of inflation going up now, especially after we're getting to a bad time in history. How's your prices going to be looking in the future?
Really expensive.
Really expensive. Well, I'm not liking you already. I regret bringing you on this show. And other news, anyways, on General Electric. So, GE. Are you one of the first founding electric companies in America? Would you say that you're one of the best as well?
I'd say so. I mean, no one can top us. We're top dog.
A little confidence with that never hurts anyone. except for the American public. Alright, thank you for being here, Doe. And we'll be right back to you after these commercials.
Old Spice Buddies break and change a regular smelling man into a man who smells like power!
Now, how is this? Wow, you know what? I actually do feel more powerful.
Potato chips! Power! It's me.
Hi there, welcome back to the Daily Show. In other news, we're talking about the Plessy versus Ferguson case now. This is a very huge case, and I'd like to bring on the show Javier Soto for writing the book Separate, but how the heck is that equal? Javier Soto, come on out here. How are you doing today, Javier?
Doing good. Doing good.
It's a pleasure to see you. Alright, so, your book Separate, but how the heck is that equal? Nice title anyways. So, what do you feel about this Plessy versus Ferguson case? Why is this separate but equal thing such a huge thing in America right now?
Because, alright, we've made it so that the business owners have to do for their clients, either if they're African or white, they have to give them certain commodities like water fountains and restrooms. But alright, let's say the white people's restrooms have soap, they have running water and everything.
They do.
But and then the African Americans have a bucket. Something like that.
I don't know how comfortable a bucket would be. Anyways, the whole thing, so, the separate but not equal, this case turning out to be not really successful in the defense that it's supposed to be for, the equality of African Americans. So, what really inspired you to write this book about the case? What did you find that was so interesting, appealing to you? Being a non-African American or non-white of non-Caucasian, correct my mistake there, non-Caucasian, what made this appeal to you? Because I could tell you're a professor at Tuskegee University teaching the African Americans, so what helped you?
Well, I believe that it should be that opportunities for everyone should be equal, and if the small things aren't there to make everybody, just the basic things available to everyone, if they're not there, then it's truly not equal.
I see what you mean. Our classic example that a history teacher once gave me. I know his mother told him that they had to choose, so if he got to cut the cake for him and his brother got to choose the piece. I mean, that's where you kind of draw a line that's separate but equal right there. Mine's equal. Thank you for coming on today, Javier Soto. It's a pleasure seeing you. A little bit lesser of news, we have the annexation of Hawaii going down. Here to speak with you now is our actual Hawaiian representative reporter, Javier Soto. Go.
Alright, bro. I'm going to say this right now. Nobody wanted the United States to take our land. We did not want them to come over here. I can't even, I don't know who to call Hawaiian. There are more of these people here than there is people of my color of skin.
Cannabunga, dude.
I am not happy about this at all. I want all of these guys out of here. Please.
Thank you, Javier, for that very passionate, insightful speech. I'm sorry for the taking over your land and all, but I guess what happens, happens. Anyways, in other news, the progressive movement started about 10 years ago in 1890. Still continuing now strong. It's expected to end in 1920. Here we have one of the actual agricultural specialists, or a farmer as we call them, Doug Bulow. Mr. Doug, would you come out here today? How are you, sir?
Howdy, sir.
So, Mr. Bulow, with this whole progressive movement going on, I mean, what's upsetting you about the fact that banks and just the government in general is not really helping you out with all the transport of railroads and the steel industry and everything?
Well, I reckon that I need the railroads to transport my crops to to gain the money that I need to support my family.
I see. So the government's offering right now the option of building a granary at your farm, where you would store your food and you could use it for later things. Why are you so against this at this point in the progressive movement?
Because I can't expand my crops to other people who want to buy them. You see, I need money, and with the granary, I'm only supplying myself with the food I grow, but I need money to support other financial needs.
So, last question to go with this. It seems that as of right now, there is a lot of just crops being produced all around America and just everywhere throughout just anywhere. And there's just a lot of crops. What's with all this like crop production right now? What's going on here?
Well, I can't quite say that I know, sir, but I feel like if they expanded and that produced more land for more crops, and that's why our farmers aren't doing so good right now, sir.
Alright, thank you, Mr. Bulow. Pleasure having you on the show.
Gracias.
Now, on to our next skit. The U.S. is entering World War I today. This has been a huge pandemic going on throughout the world, as you can tell. I mean, the assassination of the Archduke Franz Ferdinand, this is just crazy going on right now. Here we're about to bring on the show a girl named Taylor Smith. And she's one of the women throughout the time in America. Apparently right now, the equality of women is going up so much, it's just expansive, and I can't even tell you how crazy it is. So, without further ado, let's bring Taylor Smith out of the show. Taylor Smith, come on out. Taylor, you there? I think Taylor's being a little shy right now. She's a little shuggle-buggle. Let me go get her from backstage. Taylor! 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 Alright, much better. How you doing, Taylor? Pleasure to have you on the show. I can see you're not very fond of this. I can say I can understand your bad mood considering the giant growing equality of America is just so expansive right now due to the fact that all the men are gone for war. I mean, is it just the burden of these jobs that weighed you down that pressured you not to come out here?
I'm tired.
Tired. I could see that. I mean, there's just so many things going on. I mean, you guys are working on the planes that are being sent out there. You guys are working in the labor yards. You're just working on everything. And I mean, I've heard this as a personal fact, but is it true that African American women, as much as white women, are having sort of more of an equality with the job market right now?
Yeah.
Well, a very silent speaker we have tonight. We'll be right back to you after these messages from our sponsors.
Muscle! 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 What? Muscle! 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 Black! Muscle! 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 What? Muscle! 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 Black! Keyboard solo! Flame sax! Danger! What? Danger! 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 And that's the power of music. Now you try. Make music with my muscle parts using your keyboard device. Do it! Old Spice body spray will make you feel so powerful to blow your mind right in front of your face. Goodbye. Oh no! It's like you kind of idol. Power.
Welcome back to the Daily Show. Our last little bit of news for the show today, we have this is a more serious side of the show. I know we like to joke around as we did with our previous guests, but the sinking of the Titanic occurred yesterday, and it was a very tragic event. And My condolences go out to all the families that lost lives out there. It was a very terrible event, and I'm sure that the world will never forget this. A little bit of lighter tragic news. Leonardo DiCaprio did not win another Oscar. So, I mean, maybe one day they can connect together and do something. Let's hope to see in the future. And now we have a bit of a last type of skit here we'd like to go through. We're interviewing a member of the Bonus Army. His name is Javier Sato. And Mr. Sato apparently feels very strongly about this entire movement with Woodrow Wilson and the government. Let me just make sure Sato is ready, and we will be right back out here, folks. Alright, welcome back to the Daily Show. Our last story of tonight, the Bonus Army. The World War I veterans that were promised money, but the government did promise them their money in 1945, are starting to riot now because of the fact that they're not receiving their money. Here we have with us tonight one of the very angry, hardened war veterans. I recall, I think, a general in the Army, Javier Satito. Javier Satito, welcome to the show.
Hello, sir.
Very firm handshake. This is not a man to play around with. So, Mr. Satito, the president did promise you your money in 1945. So, I mean, what's really upsetting you guys to riot to the point where you're starting camps in malls and just things like that?
Alright. Have you ever had to kill a man?
I can't say I have.
Well, I did it. But for the freedom of this country.
We thank you for that dearly.
We had to do this to protect our country, and we come back to not a hero's welcome. Our country has abandoned us, and we have not gotten any spoils for what we fought for.
I can see. As you're here right now, actually, I've gotten... Hold on one second. Hello? Are you sure? Really? Oh, we have breaking news actually on the show. Apparently, the camps that you started in the malls and everything, you are now being fired upon by the U.S. Army, and your camps are being burned down.
Alright.
Javi, why do you have...
I need to go right now.
It is a pleasure having you on the show, sir. I'll see you later.
See ya.
Thank you for serving that. And that concludes the Daily Show with Joshua Rooney. See you later, folks.